Claudia was not the kind of girl people expected to enter politics. As a child in Mexico City, she was more interested in books than in speeches. While others dreamed of fame or fortune, Claudia dreamed of solving problems. Her favorite subject? Physics. She loved the way the universe followed rules, how science could explain the stars above and the world below. Her parents were both intellectuals. Her mother was a biologist, and her father an engineer. At home, dinner conversations were not about celebrities or gossip, but about ideas. It was no surprise when Claudia entered the National Autonomous University of Mexico, UNAM, to study physics. She later earned a PhD in energy engineering. Her thesis focused on how Mexico could use energy more efficiently. She believed science could make life better for everyone. But Claudia's life changed in 1999 during the student strikes at UNAM. The university was in crisis. Students were protesting the introduction of fees. Claudia supported the movement. She saw how inequality in education could hurt a whole generation. That experience lit a fire inside her. She realized that knowledge alone wasn't enough. Real change required action, and action needed politics. In the early 2000s, she joined a new political movement led by Andrés Manuel López Obrador, the future president of Mexico. He was a rising figure in Mexican politics, and Claudia became one of his closest allies. When he was elected mayor of Mexico City in 2000, he appointed Claudia as his environment secretary. Suddenly, the scientist was making decisions that affected millions of people. Her biggest project was introducing a new transportation system, the Metro bus. The city's traffic was terrible, and pollution levels were dangerous. Claudia helped plan and launch a bus rapid transit system that reduced both travel time and air pollution. She also pushed for better bicycle infrastructure. She knew the changes would not be popular at first. People rarely like big changes, but she believed in long-term results. As her reputation grew, so did her responsibilities. She returned to academia for a while, but remained active in politics. In 2015, she became the mayor of Tlalpan, one of Mexico City's districts. There, she faced a new kind of challenge: housing, public safety, and especially earthquakes. After the devastating earthquake in 2017, Claudia was accused of allowing illegal schools to operate in unsafe buildings. The death of 19 children in a collapsed school building brought national attention and criticism. It was a dark chapter in her career, but Claudia did not retreat. She responded with public statements, investigations, and new safety measures. In 2018, she ran for mayor of Mexico City and won. She became the first woman elected to the position. It was a historic moment. Her campaign focused on sustainability, education, and public transportation. But the challenges were enormous. Crime rates were high, traffic was still a nightmare, and then came the pandemic. COVID-19 hit Mexico City hard. Hospitals filled up, and economic activity stopped. Claudia had to make difficult decisions: closing businesses, opening emergency medical centers, managing vaccine distribution. Her scientific background helped. She used data to guide her policies. She explained her decisions clearly and calmly during press briefings. While not everyone agreed with her, many respected her approach. But behind the scenes, something else was happening. Claudia was becoming a symbol. For young women, she showed that politics was not only for men. For scientists, she proved that knowledge could lead to power, not just in a laboratory, but in the world. For the people of Mexico, she was a quiet, determined leader who did not rely on drama or spectacle. By 2023, rumors were spreading. Would she run for president? Her mentor, López Obrador, was finishing his term. She was one of his most trusted allies. But Mexico had never had a woman president. The political pressure was intense. The public was divided. Some saw her as a loyal servant of the president. Others believed she was independent, with her own ideas and plans. Then came the internal elections within her party, Morena. It was a tough race. Claudia faced rivals with strong political bases and louder voices, but she kept her style, measured, focused, and serious. Her campaign used data, proposals, and science-based plans. She talked about clean energy, public safety, education reform, and the fight against corruption. One day, during a rally in Oaxaca, something unexpected happened. A little girl ran onto the stage and handed Claudia a drawing. It showed Claudia wearing a cape like a superhero, standing in front of a school and a hospital. The crowd laughed and cheered. Claudia smiled and bent down to thank the girl. That moment went viral on social media. For many people, it was not just cute, it was symbolic. A woman with a calm voice, a scientific mind, and a long record of service, seen as a protector, a builder, a leader. As the presidential campaign heated up, Claudia traveled across the country. From poor rural villages to rich urban centers, she listened to people's stories. Farmers asked about water. Teachers asked about schools. Women asked about safety. Claudia promised to listen, to apply science, and to fight for equality. She never raised her voice. She rarely attacked her opponents. Some critics called her boring. Others called her steady. She gave interviews in both Spanish and English. She talked about climate change, trade, healthcare, and the future of Mexico. International media began to take notice. The New York Times, BBC, and Al Jazeera published profiles. Could this woman really become Mexico's first female president? And so, as the election approached, Claudia stood on stage once more, under the bright lights, wearing her usual blazer and flat shoes, looking out at a crowd of thousands. Her voice did not shake. Her message had not changed. Her story, from physics labs to political debates, continued to unfold in front of the nation.
Enjoyed the story? Support the channel. Buy me a coffee.